Hello there and welcome back to another Thunderous Productions video. I'm the madman behind the mic, Jag Thunder, and this is Minecraft. And welcome back guys to another BIB update. So what we have, we got some more fucking roads. Jag got a little stupid and got some really big fucking intersections here that I wanted to show you. And we'll go over this, and then we're gonna go over the new map update, some things that I'm working on and that, and I just kind of touch base with what's going on there. So I'm trying to keep up each week with some updates on at least the world and how it's coming along. I've got getting a lot of different questions about when it's going to be released and all that kind of shit, and thought I explained it. It's a big map, and I'm going to tell you just exactly how big it is here in a little bit. That sounds sick as fuck. But anyways, as what we have here obviously is my 2-lane road with the on-ramps and off-ramps. One thing I definitely wanted to work on was the exit ramps and the entrance ramps to a different outside of the city highway system, and something that would work in a downtown area situation. So this is what I come up with, and I think it turned out pretty damn good. It's kind of big. Not as big as what's behind me, but anyways, I think this is going to work really good. Again, the overpasses, I've got the uprights. Those turned out really good. I was really happy with those, and hopefully this should give you guys some ideas on to add what I've showed you over the past couple weeks with my other road system. But anyways, I took the elevated bridge and made sure my spacing was right, and then I went ahead and built the on-ramp, which surprisingly wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I just took half of the uprights over here, or the elevated part, and just started breaking some pieces off of it and tying it into the main section. This here was probably the hardest part, trying to figure out how to get this to tie in and make sense without being confusing, because the sidewalk obviously was going to run into the road. But I do want the sidewalk to be around all the highways and the roads and stuff like that around the main city area. Once we get out to the outside of the city, obviously the sidewalks should disappear. Again, way down the road, guys. But anyways, so I went ahead and did that, and then I wanted to work on some curved sections of highway. So I come down here, and love when fucking Minecraft does that. Let it reload. But anyways, threw it into MC Edit and laid out some big circles on the ground, and then pulled them up in the air and started laying this out. I tried some smaller radiuses. They didn't look quite as good as I wanted. I wanted a pretty nice sweeping corner, and this is what I come up with. I think it turned out pretty good. The lights were a super pain in the ass. I wanted to keep the spacing about every 5 sections like I've been doing, but not possible. And this is really taking a while to load, so I'll hang on just a second. Alright, we're back. I got my render distance set way the fuck out, so it's taking a little bit to render everything out, just because things get a lot bigger behind me. But after I did that, I tried to figure out how to do some standards, or some stanchions, supports, whatever you want to call them, in the middle section at an angle. So what I did is I took this here and used that as a base design, and it was kind of a pain in the ass. But this is the best I could come up with, and again, I think this turned out pretty damn good. I used the center line of my radiuses, and then just started building out diagonal from that. So that's what it looks like underneath on this side, and they're not 100% symmetrical on each side, obviously, because one is convex and one is concave. There's the one in the middle, and there's the one on this side, and all three of them, I believe all three of them are pretty close to the same. I don't think they changed at all, just because they were all in the corner, so I said fuck it. But anyways, that is the corner design, and again, the lights were a pain in the ass, so I just spread them out just a little bit more, and I'm not going to flip it over to nighttime because I'll have to wait for it to re-render. But anyways, you guys can probably assume where this is going to go. This wasn't big enough for Jag, so I had to go really fucking big. and it's gonna it's loading. I decided to do some on-ramps in a big circle, and this was a super fucking huge pain in the ass. After this loads up, you'll see that this is actually a CloverLeaf. I built one section of this and then MC edited the other 3 sections in. But I started over here on this side, and I started my exit lane, and it's trying to fucking load up. It's the same thing over here. There's more of this loaded. So we'll just go over here. But anyways, I started with my exit lane, continued the road out, and then again I threw it in MC edit, and I used some really big circles. Again, I tried some tighter circles, and they didn't quite look right. I didn't like the way that they elevated coming up. They come up too fast, and I thought it looked way too sharp. This still may be a little aggressive. I may go back and try to make this a little bit smaller. I think these are 300 and Jesus Christ, 300 plus radius circles, or diameter circles rather, and that's what I come up with. And again, I think this turned out pretty fucking good. Again, I wanted to do something with the sidewalk to connect the bottoms up to the tops, so I ran them around the outside. I don't have anything over here to connect to this sidewalk yet. I think is what I will do is a pedestrian overpass, probably back here, that goes over the highway, and then back over here maybe another one, or a crosswalk. Or again, if I've got a building over here, then obviously there'll be a crosswalk to tie in on this side right here. Oh, I was facing that way. I forgot. I was looking the other way. Anyhow, so that is the main road sections, the newest stuff that I have built so far. Several days just in the CloverLeaf section, getting everything to come out right. I had to keep readjusting blocks so I could get my spacing to come out right on top. I'll show you how it ties in up here. And again, same thing here. The sidewalk runs out, so I will probably have to put, again, some sort of a pedestrian overpass somewhere in here. I'm not really sure yet, but anyways, I think this turned out really good. Again, it's pretty aggressive. I don't think I will use this in a downtown area situation. Maybe toward the outskirts where the single lanes, 2 lanes start tying into the 4 lanes. Not really sure. Just wanted to get an idea of what it would look like and how much space it takes up, which is 700 blocks by 700 blocks, roughly 728, 708, something like that. It's really fucking big. But anyways, that's the overpasses, the elevated highways. So I've got a good idea of what those are going to look like now and how those are going to work. And that's it for the roads. Now we're going to jump back into World Painter for some updates on the worlds and the world and what I got done with that, and show you a couple of things I did with landscaping for some ideas while I was practicing, and that will be it. So let's jump over there and take a look. All right, so this is the map so far in World Painter, and I've got a lot of should look really different. I'll try to get an overlay right next to it so that you can see what the other one looked like and compare what I've got done so far. And this world is fucking ridiculously, stupidly fucking large. A lot bigger than I had really imagined. I mean, I know 10,000 blocks by 10,000 blocks is really it's a very large map. I didn't realize just how big it was until I started outlining everything. And let me zoom in here just a little bit, right, a little bit closer here, and we'll move the map. Move map. Anyways, you can see where I started really defining the coastline, and I think I've got it way too sharp, but we are at a level of 0 here and 27 on the coastline. I did want things really deep for ships in the future along the coastline here, where the future naval station would be. But I went ahead and did that around the entire fucking map. There's a couple areas like right in here where I tried to fade it out. And again, I mean, I still got a lot of work to do. Started raising up, elevating certain areas of the map just to see what that would look like. But I went around the entire fucking map doing this edge work, and yeah, it's several fucking days. This little island here, I did some test trees and some elevations and a volcano, and we'll take a look at that here in a few minutes. These two islands, I did a little bit more work on those, and so those don't look so round like they did in the last episode. I gave this one a little bit different shape, and again added some trees and some other things. And then down here, I started doing some elevating, bringing up some mountains, some cliff edges, a plateau, and we'll take a look at that. And I think that was pretty much it. I'm starting to work everything down here. Oh, that's cute looking. But again, I didn't realize the size of this map, just how big it was, until I rendered it out. These openings right here are pretty fucking enormous. You pretty much put a harbor anywhere you want on this map. It's pretty fucking ridiculous. The computer does render it out. I did a full render map on this thing just to make sure that my computer could handle it, and it generated 28,894,560,256 generated blocks. It took right at about 10 or 11 minutes and used up between 9 and 9.5 gigabytes of RAM, while the CPUs were jumping all 8 cores between 90 and 100% through the whole render. So it would jump up, and they would take turns rendering out. So the only reason I give you those stats is those that are thinking about making map sizes. World Painter definitely will depend on your computer speeds and your specs. I'm running i7 Sandy Bridge 2600, 12 gigabytes of RAM, and like I said, that should give you an idea of maybe what your computer can handle and what it can't. I probably couldn't go too much bigger than this, and once I start adding some more mountains and pulling up some more blocks, the rendering may change. So I will probably go up to 16 gigabytes of RAM, and just to make sure that I've got enough. But anyways, that is the main map. Now we're going to jump back into Minecraft and take a look at a couple of these islands and that cool looking volcano that turned out really good. And I want to look at that cliffside down there too, and another little small map that I was testing for just full landscaping. So let's go ahead and jump back over in Minecraft and take a look. Alright, so this is what it looks like in game. This is not actually the big map that we just looked at. I did a smaller version map. I think this is only like 640 by 640, which it actually is a lot easier to do. I guess that's why people do smaller maps. I mean, one, just because you don't have so much work to do in it. I did an island here, again, like I think it's 640 by 640, and I did this whole island in about 2 hours. It was just really, really, really easy, and it was a lot of fun. But I wanted to try some cliff edges, mixing in some different materials that I saw from some other tutorials that I was watching. Jamsy Boy was one of them, and he's just like, this map will never look like that, guys. I'm sorry. But he does use a lot of other tools, and he just made a lot of different maps, so he's got a lot more experience than I do. But this one is really cool, and it turned out actually really, really nice. There's no resources on this map, but I will put a link in the description for download if you guys want to just fly around it and use it for some sort of a builder's map, because I think it turned out really, really good. The landscaping is really nice, and I had just enough trees on it, and you can see it's a pretty decent sized island. It's not too bad. Big cliff on this side turned out pretty good. And I think there's a couple little small ponds on the inside and a nice little harbor type thing here. And anyways, that was the first test run. Now I'll jump over to the main map and we'll look at the volcano and the other cliff edges, and then we'll be done. Alright, so this is the main BIB world, the one we looked at just a few minutes ago. This is the upper island with the volcano on it. I don't have any kind of beaches on it just because it's such a sharp drop off, and let me drop down here and I'll show you. This is pretty much the fucking tree in the water. I'm gonna have to clean that up a little bit too, but you can see the edge of it right here. I don't have clear water on, or whatever the fuck it is, so that you can see really, really good. But I'm moving a little bit. See, it's very, very steep. And again, the only reason that I did that is, one, is because it was the easiest thing to do, instead of trying to make each coastline and beach around this whole fucking map. which would take, it'd be the end of next summer before I finish this map, and that would just be stupid. So it was easier just to go around the whole thing and give everything. You can see it right there, really nice sharp edge, and you can build some all your ships and just park them right up next to the coastline. This is a builder's map, so keeping that in mind too. There won't be a shitload of landscaping, and it's designed for building, so it's just like a big custom flat world. But I do want to do stuff like this around the map just for landscaping, for backgrounds or whatever you're doing. Again, there's the volcano. I'll have to clean up my trees a little bit and re-render this out. This map will not be a download yet, just because it's just not ready, and I don't want to release it yet. So no, I won't be releasing this map yet. The other islands over here. All right, this is one of the other ones that had that really big, tall, round look to it. I got that leveled back out and threw some jungle trees on it. I think that turned out okay. Again, not 100% satisfied with these. Just trying to get an idea of how to basically practice with World Painter and just see what does what, because I didn't know how the biomes were working, what generated where, and so that's basically all this is just some test areas I just wanted to show you guys. I'm stuttering a little bit now because there's really nothing to talk about. The rest is just kind of visual. But the other two islands down here look pretty much the same as this one, and I will fly down to the other far corner and show you the cliffs that I think turned out pretty damn good, and then we'll finish up. So just a second. All right, last section of map. This is where I started pulling up the elevations, and just again, so that everything wasn't completely the same all the way around, and just give people some different places to build other than completely flat areas. This is where I started to work on and test doing plateaus, and I really like the way that this turned out. Again, mixing in the rocks for the sharper cliff wall or seawall. A little elevated island here with a lot of different rocks in it. And I did have some sand around this, and I probably will, but I took it out just because when I started pulling this up, the sand started getting really, really fucking mixed up in there, and I just deleted it. And once I get done, if you're using World Painter, don't do any of your painting of rocks. Leave everything grass or dirt until you're done pulling up your landscape, and save the painting for last, because otherwise you're going to have a pain in the ass when you start. If I go back in here and start pulling this mountain up or pushing it down, all them rocks are going to get like pushed everywhere. And if I use World Painter to try to erase those, it won't see all of them because it'll be pushed all over the fucking place, and it makes it just makes a really bad mess. So a little tip there: don't paint anything until you're done. Anyways, this runs out and then just slowly fades into the flat part of the world. So I'll probably, obviously, I'll definitely put some trees on this. I'll use the custom trees. I want to start throwing them around and seeing what they look like on this map. I think they're going to look really, really good. The only thing I need to do, as far as this area will probably stay, I probably won't touch it much except hit it with a smooth brush and take out a few of these really, really noisy fucking edges. That's the only bad thing with World Painter. I like that it's really fast, and it's very, very good fucking tool. The brushes, unless I use a very stupid looking fucking brush, it won't look natural. I'll have to go back around the whole coastline again and smooth a lot of this stuff out, and I do want to put some beaches around the whole thing, probably a block or two high, again, just so it doesn't look completely fucking stupid, and there's some really nice background stuff for you guys to build against. But that is it, guys. That should be a really nice weekly update. Give you guys an idea of just how much work I am putting into this, and where I want this thing to go. It will be a really, really nice map. I really do think so when I get done. I got to keep practicing because this is my first project. And if you guys really want to see what I'm doing, I can record some episodes of me actually working on the island. kind of boring. I didn't think you guys would really want to watch that because it's like several hours of just pulling up land, pushing down land, and I don't know. I thought it was kind of boring, so I didn't know if you guys would want to see that. But if you do, let me know in the comment section. If you want to see a couple, maybe some time-lapse videos, I'll speed them up or something. I'm not putting fucking music to them. I've got enough fucking third-party matches right now to drive me out of my fucking mind. So yeah, I'm not putting any fucking music to it. But if you guys did want me to do a time-lapse or something, and you guys can just fucking play your own music while you watch it, that would be fine. Again, just let me know in the comment section. Like always, guys, I appreciate you watching. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. And remember, if it looks like shit, tear it down, blow it up, or just build it better. And we're going to catch you guys on the next one. Later.